What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm sure that you saw just well, I only released it on Tuesday, but back over the weekend, I was actually finally able to pull the Dokkan Trio. Not only did I pull GT Trio, I pulled 2 dupes of them. So, I've been sandbagging this video for a little while. Let's go ahead and do our usual damage test on these units, including trying out our new method. Realistically, I'm not 100% certain what we're going to see out of this, but we've got a full Dragon Ball Seekers team to look at here, including Giru, who is not 100% yet. I know, I've been sleeping on this unit. That unit, which will probably damage test him as well while we're doing this, because frankly, we've never done a damage test on that unit. Now, I do not have my SA-20 on him yet. I've been waiting to see if we could pull one from the tournament, but the last tournament didn't go so well for me. Oof. So, we might just blow some Kais at him. I know I'd never do that, but I might make an exception. Of course, we know this unit, I've done my damage test on them. They're amazing. And I've done my damage test on her, which, once again, she doesn't really produce damage. She's here as a healer. Now, we've not talked about him since he got his EZA. So we'll probably do a little all of the above while we're making this video. We'll showcase him. We'll showcase them. We'll showcase them. And I guess we could talk about him, but he's more of a support than anything else. Kind of like she is. So, yeah, this team should actually be kind of ridiculous. Let's get into it and let's talk about it. Okay. So as stated before, you have to genuinely try, actively try, to get 12 key, okay? The only thing on this team that links up is Rival Duo. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the center. And we're going to grab 2 key, and we're going to give them this little bit of attack power here, okay? But Magetta is going to get a bit of an attack off there. That's going to be 3 key. That's fine. That's not going to sway our results at all. That little extra piece of damage isn't going to change things. All right. So here we go. 12 key test coming right up. And like I said, if you ever want to try to replicate this, you've got to build a pretty weird team. Alright. So 797k. Alright. Remember, that's just with the only attack support they get. They only have the 1 attack link. That is the Rival Duo. That's it. Now, they do have a 700. They have the Saiyan Warrior Race. That's a flat boost. I'm not worried about that, and that, frankly, isn't going to change those results enough to really matter. It might have pushed just over 800k. That's about it. What we're looking for the percentage boosts. Now, also, we could have gotten legendary power. Well, we would have gotten from Piccolo when the super attack was launched. But again, it's another flat boost. It's 5,000. The attack link off of Saiyan Warrior Race is 700. Wouldn't have changed things. So the percent boost is what we're going for. Now, that is SA-10 12 key. Let's go look at SA-10 SA-10 24 key and compare the difference. So, what did I say? 700, just under 800k. Let's go check the difference out. So, we've got our team up here. I'm going to go ahead and put, keep them on the front. Rival Duo is the only attack link they've got, like we mentioned before. Aside from, like, Saiyan Warrior Race, but we're not worried about that. In fact, to show you how little it makes a difference, I could put them in the center here. 8460, and now they're... Yeah, makes no difference. I think he has Saiyan Warrior Race, doesn't he? It doesn't matter. Yeah. No, he must not. He must not have Saiyan Warrior Race. It's a little surprising, but probably because he's so far removed from the family. Alright. So as you can see here, the key is absolutely insane. This is why it's impossible to get off a U Super with them. It never happens. Or, not get off a U Super, for lack of a better way to put it. So, we need just a little tiny bit of key. I'm going to go ahead and change, let's see, there aren't that many orange spheres. I'm going to go ahead and change all blue spheres red, and that should be more than enough. There we go. Alright, and Is that enough? That is enough. That is more than enough right there. All right. So once again, Rival Duo is the only thing linked. It's the only attack link they've got. This is just going to be a very fair and balanced test of their actual capabilities. If you want to see what Yamcha does, we'll take a look at that too. But okay, so 1.89 mil. That's an extra million, and like it's like a million and change over what they were seeing before. That's pretty crazy. That extra 70. So, because remember, that extra 77%, because it's conditional, that 77% actually tacks on at the end of everything. So, it's not like it's 144% just there at the beginning. It's like closer to like 210% or something crazy like that. It really depends upon how much you have going into them, but it's nuts. It's nuts how that's stacked up. I didn't look at the attack stat for Yamcha, but you saw the damage he output. It really wasn't that great. These guys are crazy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we do when we've got all the dupes fed in. So, let's go feed them up to SA20 and get this test going. Ooh, and we got to test it with B-Pan's damage too. We'll have to test that in a little bit. Alright, so now we're at SA15. Let me just go ahead and feed them in here. I'm just trying to make sure there's not any more Grand Kais. Because if there are, I'd like to feed those in. As I sit here with too many Elder Kais to count. Alright, we'll use the one Grand Kai I've got. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, I'm the same dude that's like, don't use Elder Kais on anything, they're so precious. But I stand by my statement. Alright. Here we go. SA20 ahoy. Now, we still don't have any investment in the ability system. So let's go test them now just at regular SA20. See how much 55% adds. Then we'll see how much each dupe adds. So, this will be a fun test. Alright. Let's do this. So here we are back in Boss Rush. I'm going to go ahead and grab my mono team so we can test out the 12 key attack. Because as you know, you can't do that with Dragon Ball Seekers. There's too much key on the team. I love that. That's such a great problem to have. I mean, because the best part about that is their secondary part of this, the part that actually makes them really powerful, is the fact that they have to get a U super to get that off. But basically, unless you're using them on a weak mono team with no really good allies, you're not going to... Like, you've seen how hard I've had to struggle here just to get their 12 key off. This is a good problem to have. A good problem to have. Alright, perfect. We've got their rival duo up there. Let me just make sure this is mine, though. Knowing my luck, it is mine. Oh, okay, perfect. So right out of the gate. Boom. The only thing that stinks is he's chilling here, giving them too much key. But, once again, first world problems. There we go. And then we can just feed him whatever we want. Boom. Let's see what they do at 12 key. Now, I know it's like 14 key, but it's not going to make... The damage differential is not that fast. Alright. It's quite negligible, in fact. Ah, okay, we finally hit a mill. We finally hit a mill. Whether that would be a mill with the extra 2 key, it'd be right on the cusp. It's good enough we could call it a million. So, let's jump back out here, grab our other team, test them with that team and see what they do, because I get the feeling that's going to be pretty ridiculous. And as I've often said, the hardest part about this is with this team not getting full 24 key. So, but we're going to keep our items here just in case, because we don't know honestly what it's going to take. I could get in there and we could have like the worst rotation ever, and then maybe it's impossible to even get a team key off. Find that hard to believe, but I'm better safe than sorry in this circumstance, okay? And it looks like this rotation, first rotation, either first rotation or second will do it, so. Let's jump in. And let me just see if this is my unit. If it is, that's absolutely perfect. Perfect! It is my unit. Excellent, 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 excellent. And that's more than enough key to handle the situation. There we go. Remember, Giru has Rival Duo. It's their only attack link, aside from, you know, Saiyan warrior race, which we're not going to care about. Or I'm sorry, not Saiyan lineage, which we're not worried about. It's 700, you know. We're worried about the percentage. So 1.5 was, I didn't see what their attack... Ooh, I didn't see what their attack stat was. I didn't look. I'll look back and look through the footage. I mean... was totally paying attention. It's right over there. Just look, it's on the screen. Everybody can see it. Totally didn't happen in post. So that 3 mil attack stat last time was pretty ridiculous, wasn't it? Remember, that was at SA20. Nothing in the ability system. Nothing at all. Pretty ridiculous. Literally 3 times the amount of damage. Like 2.99999, whatever. 3 mil attack stat. 3 times the amount of damage. 3 times the amount of damage that the 12 key did. So that's pretty ridiculous. So now we've got our 55% of the ability system here. Let's jump over there. So now that we've got our unit over here, we can actually do our test. This is SA12. This is 55% of the ability system. You can actually see the damage differential between that unit and the other unit. Botama's butt is killing me. And let's see what they do. Let's see what they do here. All right. 1.07. Honestly, a negligible difference. I'm expecting the real difference to be when we do the 24 key. So let's go ahead and do that test real quick and see what happens with that. And then we'll go do 1 dupe. And then we'll go do 2 dupes. If we can find a rainbow friend, we might test that, but it really depends on what we can do. I'm not quite that big of a whale or that lucky, so not quite there yet. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the 24 key test at 55%. Now, I will go ahead and wrap myself out. I had a problem with the first video, so I'm having to redo this with a friend unit, but this unit is 55%. You can kind of tell by the stats anyway. Though, to be real, the stats of this team are ridiculous. Am I right? Look at all the numbers on everybody on this team. They're just off the damn chain. Especially them. Oh my god, they're so good. So, let's go ahead and feed them what they need. Bada bing, bada boom. This 24 key. It's absolutely perfect. And let's see what they're able to do with all of that. Ooh, Goku and Raleigh are fed up too. That's interesting. So 2.87. 2.87 is highly respectable. Not quite 3 mil, but a very respectable number. So, good to see that. Good to see that. So, that is pretty well confirmed. That's, even just at 55%, they're killer. So, let's move on. Let's go put our dupes in and see where this takes us. Okay. So, we've got our unit with 1 dupe. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Totally mine. This is just level 3 double attack, level 9 crit, and level 5 dodge, which you can't do anything about. That's just the native amount on there. Let's jump in and see what this unit does at this level. Now, again, this is the 12 key. Hopefully, well, we'll get a little bit more. Don't have a choice, I don't think. Well, nah. No matter how we do this, it's going to be just a hair more than 12. But that's alright. Now, I'm going to do them on this side, because if I do them on this side, Gohan's really going to buff them up a lot. And with every other test we've done it with just rival duos linked. So we're going to do that again, okay? This is more like 14 key, but it's not going to make that. This unit kills me every time. Dude, if they did this mess in the tournament, I was dying. I hit all thumbs up if you were just absolutely dead when Botamo jumped up and get us back. It was like, totally different now. I was dying. Alright. I didn't see the attack stat. Once again, I wasn't paying attention. Oof. I was too busy derping. Alright. Once again, it's over there. We'll discuss it. So this unit itself actually has 1 dupe in it. It's full 69%. All the stuff is right on this one. So we are going to test this one out. Isn't actually mine, but we're going to test it out anyway with the single dupe. And then we'll go feed the 2 dupes into mine and see what they do. But this will still be a really, really good test of their overall abilities. And I'm going to drop a little bit of key here real quick, just to make sure we get all the rotations we need in this. I say all the rotations, I mean all the orbs. You know what I mean. Y'all be knowing what your old boy means. There we go. More than enough. 24 key. Let go. Yeah, actually, funny enough, you'll be able to actually see the damage differential right here pretty much. Alright, so 3.15. So a little bit more damage. Okay, so now we have both dupes in there. We're at level 6 double attack, level 15 crit, and level 5 dodge. Now, the reason you're going to want to go with this stack particularly is because if we actually look at their how they're set up in their super attack, their 12 key is just a colossal damage modifier. Remember, it doesn't get the extra 77%. So the majority of yours is coming out of the U super. So, I mean, the numbers kind of just show that already. So, this is where you want the majority of your stuff. And remember, you're never going to get this off with double attack. It's always going to get the triple key wave. So, to get this off and to get the most damage out of this, you want maximum crit. 100%. Now, that isn't to say we can discount this, because at the same rate, with these the level 6 chance to get a double attack, we could get this off. And when we do, that's going to be an extra, you know, that's why we've seen just a hair more than 1,000,000 damage just out of this attack alone. So our max thus far has been like, what, 3.6 mil, I believe, out of this, and another like mil and a quarter out of this. So do the math of that. That's 5 million right there. Attack stat, roughly, give or take. You know, obviously, when it comes down to doing damage, it depends on the damage mitigation, things like that. But that's why you'd want to do double attack for that extra level 6 rather than dodge. Especially with a unit like this, dodge is almost wasted on them, because every time they do an attack, they're increasing their defense in that turn. Now, again, it's only that it's increased after the turn. So if they take an attack head on, you're kind of out of luck in that regard. And with as much damage as they're doing, there are not that many enemies you're going to have to worry about after the fact. So let's jump in here. It looks like we have our rotations right off the bat. Let's see if this is true. Is this mine or is this the friend unit? This is the... Nope, it's mine. Cool. Got it. Now again, Gohan is going to sway their damage a little bit. So we're going to put him in the front and give him just the amount of key that we need for him. Boom. That's going to be 13 key. Once again, the damage difference isn't going to be vast enough to really make that much difference. So, here we go. 1.25 mil. That's almost identical to last time, isn't it? That's identical to last time. Either way. It's a negligible difference anyway, because when you add the second dupe, it's really not that much. It's really when you add the final dupe that it gets pretty crazy. So, damage difference is like nil. Now again, if we'd put him next to Gohan, we'd have gotten a lot more, but Gohan is beast, man. And once again, this is kind of the neutral environment where all we're linking up is that first 10%. I can already hear people screaming because we've been linking up. Yeah, we've been linking up the LR and the 24 key test, and I know he gets the extra. They get the extra 5,000 from that, but it's not that big a difference. Let's go to the 24 key real quick. So here we go with the test. This is 2 dupes, 24 key. Here we go. Let's see how much damage we can produce on this. Once again, we're paired up with Yamcha, who is rival duo. Got nothing else. We did have a mistake earlier where I had Gyro on the team because I'd forgotten what he did. So that kind of first test we did with that kind of swayed it a little bit, but you still kind of understand the damage differential. All right, so 3.2 mils. That's right about what I was kind of expecting to see here. So there we go. 3.2 mil with 2 dupes. Now, once you have Gyro on there, it's closer to like 4 mil, but that's because he's 30% passive. So we could do a damage test with him at some point and see what he does, but realistically, linked up right, these are about the numbers you can expect to see. Once again, you could probably put some other units on here, get a little tiny bit more out of them. Ain't worth. The extra, like, point whatever it's going to give us is not worth the difference. So, that's a big hassle. To get 2 units on the right rotation, huge hassle for, like, a negligible difference. So, that is kind of the damage you can expect to see out of them. Okay, so just for funsies here, I decided to do a little something kind of off the wall. And I wanted to see just how much absolute damage my units would be able to do here. So remember, Giro has 30%, and he has rival duos. I don't know if Pan has that link. I don't think she does. Does she have Saiyan lineage? She might have Saiyan lineage, actually. I don't remember. She does not. She does not. It won't matter. It won't matter, because we're going to get her active skill. So Pan's active skill is going to add 33% to our attack power here. Boom. Okay. Giru's going to add 30 more percent. He's 30% passive is going to be absolutely off the damn chain. Let's just see how much damage we can produce. Just for silliness sake. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And she's already going to use super, so it doesn't matter what we feed her. Here we go. Alright, so interesting that he's getting 3/4 of a mil. That's actually really respectable for him. That damage mitigation, though, from UI Goku. Though he's taking like a boss. What's up? 5... What? No. No, 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 no. That's at 5.5 mil. Hold up. I'm glad I did this test. That's not even with Rainbow. That's not even with Rainbow. So if I can find a Rainbow friend and edit that on here in the end, that'd be stellar. But I don't think I found a Rainbow friend. Or at least I'm going to say I haven't at this point. I'll probably edit that in here at the end if I have. And this whole part will be null and void. But if you see this part, that means I wasn't able to find a Rainbow friend. That's kind of the max damage. That's awesome. 2 dupes. And just that situation, 5.5 mil attack stat. Redunculous. Crazy. So, not quite as crazy as as our boy Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but you know, you throw that into any situation. We could actually go do a Dokkan Fest damage with that. Ponder. Let's see if we can make time to fit that in. That's a little bit of a grind to make that happen. A little bit of a grind to make that happen. But if I don't edit that in here at the end, that's awesome power either way. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up at Booker. That's going to be the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We got more damage tests coming out. I've got LRs I've even fed stuff to, including this dude right here, who's got a dupe in him and really needs to get some respect. Let's see what he does next time on Raptor's Delight. Same Raptor time, same Raptor channel.